I actually don't think I'm going to get my butt kicked for this opinion. Today we're going to be doing a top 10 of Shrouded Fables. Now, Shrouded Fables honestly is not my favorite set, but the market has continued to grow, and we have seen the market explode with Shrouded Fables in the last few weeks alone. So let's go ahead and get right into this. Number 10 is going to be Okidogi. Now, I didn't really play Okidogi in Scarlet and Violet, so I can't really give you that good of an opinion on him. But the way this card looks, him just like almost destroying like a mountain or so, that looks really, really cool. Right now, the card going for $7 when it was about $4 a few months ago, but hell, I mean, it was even when it was released right around that $7 range, and I love it just for that reason. Not just for the price reason, but just for how the card looks in general. I really want this for my personal set. Now, number 9, we're going to be Duskull. Duskull, this card is pretty darn cool. Especially, look at this. A near mint version right now is going to be $44.69. Hell, this card is incredible to me. I personally love the card. It's not high enough to be in my like top 5, but the simplicity in which they did this card is incredible. It has a really cool like kitty Crayola style to it, so I really enjoyed that about it. Again, right now going at $43 is the most recent sale. About 3 or 6 months ago this was $20, so if you can get this card right now, go ahead and do that while you can. I do predict that in the coming months, this card may go down to about $30 to $35, and I'm pretty sure that's about where it's going to stay. So, Duskull is a great number 9, but hell, number 8, is actually going to be Beware. Now, this card I personally love. Beware, I love in general. I love just look at the light coming off of Beware, like the sun right behind it and him just staring up at you, and you see this giant lumbering teddy bear. I think it's incredible. Currently right now going at $12.90. Now, this card was $4 back in November, and even it stayed around $4 up until we had this surge up in January. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get this for my set. I really don't. I know it's not that expensive of a card, and I really don't feel the urgent need to go ahead and get this card. But I personally do. I can appreciate the artwork that went into this. Again, just the way the sun is coming off just makes it, in my opinion, that great of a card. It makes it a great card, in my opinion. Now we're going to be moving on to number 7. Number 7 is Cresselia, Right now, this card, we're going to go ahead and knock out where the market is before we get into the artwork. $22 for a light played version. The near mint version is going for $26, was down at $8, and it should honestly only be a $15 card, but hell, I actually personally think this should be more than $26. $26 is not enough for this card, in my opinion. It should be at least a $40 to $50 card. Look at the whimsical style on this. Just the way that, like, the colors coming off of the crystals and everything. That, to me, makes this a great card. And you guys know how I feel about the whimsical style at this point. So these cards are always going to be a little bit higher on the list. But, believe it or not, the whimsical style actually didn't do much for me in this set, because there's a lot better cards, including who we have at number 6. Number 6 is actually Fracture. I personally love this, especially with all the little adages you get in this card. You've got the Axew in the background sitting off of the waterfall. That to me makes this an incredible card, an incredible pickup to anybody who can even find this card. A near mint right now going at $13.35 as the best price. Last sale was actually at $13.55. This card was going at $6 at one point, so in my opinion, I'm going to get this as soon as I can. I'll definitely be looking for it at the next show that I go to here in March, but I personally suggest that anybody who can come across this card, hold on to it. It's going to go up in price. Not that any of us are going to be selling these cards. I'm personally not selling my cards, but hell, I love the artwork on this. Oh, look at this. I didn't even notice. Look down here. You got the little rainbow effect on the card. That's pretty darn cool, if I do say so myself. Now, number 5. Number 5 is Horsey. Horsey, oh, the little water dragon that could. I personally love this. He is down there just sitting on the coral reef, living his best life. This card is incredible, and I actually think I should have ranked this higher now that I'm looking back on it. Right now, only coming in at a near mint of $21. And look at that, the most recent sale was actually $30. In my opinion, this should be a $50 card all day long. There's no question about it. Horsey, a Gen 1 Pokemon, is going to be getting a lot more recognition than any of these other cards, in my opinion. And it just deserves that. It really does. This should be a $50 card all day, and is going to be probably a $50 card here, more than likely by the end of the year. If you think like I do and thinking there's going to be a crash, it'll probably drop down to about maybe $15 in the next few months. But I do believe by the end of the year, this will be a $30 card all day. Now, going into number 4. Number 4, this is going to be a little bit controversial, is Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia, one of the main people in Scarlet and Violet, had you face all of her evolutions. And to me, this is a great card. I love just the way the little computer-like simulations are going on in the background, the little like binary code going across the card with the Sylveon in the background. That makes it a great pick for me. I mean, everything about this card is great. The color style, just her sitting in there with the little hoodie in, that makes it. Look at this. I didn't even notice like the spent energy drinks here at the bottom of the card. Hell, this should be like the energy drink card, in my opinion. Right now, near mint going for almost $50, and the most recent sale was $50. Now, despite how I feel about this card and how I like this card so much, I don't necessarily think that it should be a $50 card. It should be probably about $10 less. Not saying that it's not going to eventually be $50, but currently, as of this day, right now, it's probably a $40 card, and I'm pretty sure some vendors at some of these card shows, you should be able to find it for that price. Now, that being said, my number 3 is actually going to be Monkey Dory. Monkey Dory, I personally love this card. It makes me think of Avatar every time that I see this card. I mean, look at the way the moonlight is hitting the trees right here. That to me makes it awesome. And like the bioluminescence of the card in general. And I actually have seen this card in person, and it actually, if you hold it under a light, it does give off that little bioluminescent feel to it. And they did an incredible job on this card. The printers did a great job on this card. The people who designed the artwork did a great job. It, in my opinion, is just incredible, and I really think I should have scored this in my number 2 spot, but as you can see here, we're going to be scoring it in number 3. Currently, right now, you can get it for $16. You could have gotten it for $10 3 months ago. Hell, you could have even, yeah, that was the cheapest price. At one point, it was $15. I actually think that's a good price where it should sit here for a good bit. I don't think it really should go higher than about maybe $20 to $25 at the max, because Monkey Dory honestly is not the most popular Pokemon, but the card in person itself makes it all worth the while. Now, that being said, number 2, we're going to have Persian. Persian, in my opinion, is probably, this is going to be where it's going to stay on the list because I have a personal special place in my heart for Persian. Persian was actually on my original team that I did when I played Red and Blue. He was actually when I played Pokemon Blue in my original game. Persian actually was on my team. And for that reason, it's a little bit hypocritical, but I'm going to be putting Persian at the start. And look at him looking out over, and I'm going to call this Viridian City because this is basically Giovanni's Persian. It's not saying it's Giovanni's Persian, but we all know it is. And just the way they did the reflection coming back off of this, like he's looking obviously out over the city, but the glass is reflecting it back, and you can even see the lights of the city through it. That makes it awesome to me. I love this card. Not as much as number 1, but hell, this is definitely top 2, hands down. You could have eventually gotten this for $20, but now it's reaching the $60 range. And honestly, it should be in that range. And I think it should stay around this range because to me, it is that good. I don't see this card going down anytime soon. If anything, I see it going up in price. I would not be surprised by the end of the year to see this at $100, hands down. Now, that leaves us to our number 1 card in Shrouded Fables, which is going to be Houndoom. This is without a doubt the best card. This is the best card, period. I love the M. Night Shyamalan kind of like way they did this card. You've not only got the one Houndoom right here, you've got a pack of Houndoom in this card. And the way they did the shadowy feel to the way Houndoom, in my opinion, should be portrayed in future cards and in future games, that hands down makes it worth the while to me. I love this card. Currently, you can get this card for $45 on TCG. And the most recent sale, and you could look at this, the most recent sale of this card was $16.99 on TCG. Now, I want to make sure, because look at the near mint. Y'all are seeing that, right? The most recent sale was $16.99. Pick up this card now. Pick up this card now. I know if I can find that on TCG, I'm personally going to pick it up. But let's be real. You're probably going to be paying $45. I'm not really surprised at that. Hell, I mean, with the way this card looks, again, look at the little grass details they had right here. Him running through like the forest and everything. It is incredible. Man, that's a really good pick for number 1 in Shrouded Fables. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed me ranking this set. I hope my opinions were worthwhile of you hearing. And I hope that you guys leave a like on this video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see y'all in the next one.